So, come on down, little girl. What's her name?
Bo. This is
Bo. This is Bo. And Bo has a bump.
Bo has a bump.
Bo has a bump, which is a sebaceous cyst. So, lots of people have seen these sebaceous cysts, and they're easier to remove at this stage than they are when they get really large. We're going to shave it back just to begin with, and we've got a lot of wind happening, so I know it's a bit scary. Let's give you a cloth. Wait a minute. That you can. I'll just grab one here. This little one, little green towel, can just hide there, so she can hide away. And I'm just going to shave that. And we've only just started charging this, so it's not going to power up again after our big adoption day. There we go. Make a bit of a margin around there. You need to have a margin that will keep it clear. Better. It's not charging up fast enough, is it?
It's not making very much noise, which is good.
That's a good thing. Right, let's just get this out of the way. You can actually see with a sebaceous cyst it changes shape. So as I push it in, see how it molds? So that's how we know. Just keeping that really back, and then just going to make it really, really cold. Make this cold. Oh, it's icy cold. Okay, let's grab a tissue there. And cold.
About that much.
This is at the tail end of it. I'm not sure it's... Yeah, that's cold. Good. Now, going to lance that. Work out where I'm going to do that. There. Okay. Now when we see this blood, it's the tissue that we've just gone through, which is the top edge of the cyst. Sorry, little girl. Let's get you in the right position. There. Which we're just going to start moving that out. Which is always exactly like this, because you can see the top edge. She's not feeling it, which is great. You can feel the pressure, so we just literally start to move that out. That's been sitting there for a while. It's really, really solid.
Now I noticed the inside looks a bit darker than the piggy you did before. Is that because she's got black skin? Or?
Yeah, sometimes it is. It seems to be related to that, but it's also the length of time. This is really, really solid.
Oh.
So it's actually been forming for a while.
A long time, yeah. It's only been sort of noticeable from...
Yeah, it's actually pushing in quite a bit, which is what I was saying to you. You'd be surprised by... Would you mind getting a tissue I can just sit this on out of there?
This, yep.
Yep. And sit it down here. I'll just put those bits on there. But you can see how dry this one is. It's absolutely dry. There we go. I know, it's really mucky and solid, sweetie pie. Good girl. Good girl. Still more there. Out. She's a very good girl.
She's pretty quiet.
Well, it's actually really good because you're numbing the top surface, and then the pressure they feel, but
It's not pain.
It's not pain.
No.
It's like a pimple, like the
Yeah.
And people will say, "Oh, you need to," and even you don't need to. If you had an enormous abscess, the doctor would actually lance that and drain it, because the needle and putting you asleep has a higher risk than actually
Than
any
doing,
of
yeah.
this. Yeah. So far higher.
Yeah, there's a very big difference between discomfort and pain.
There is very different, yeah.
And she's clearly uncomfortable, but she's
She's
uncomfortable
uncomfortable,
being
but
held.
She's
so
not running away.
No,
She
no.
could run, and that's another interesting in the videos. They could actually run. They could
Yeah,
try, but
they could try,
They
yeah.
don't.
But she's no more uncomfortable now than she is when I hold her generally. So
No. So it's really relatively quick. But in this location, what tends to happen is that I'm working on that deeper layer now. You can see it coming up.
yeah,
And
it seems a bit wetter.
yeah, it's closer to the surface down there, but there's quite a bit deeper. So depending on how it dries out, we may have to do this a second time, which will then complete the process.
Only
But
ever
it's-
twice.
Yeah, never ever 3 times, ever. Never in my life.
Marvellous.
So because there's quite a divot there where it's been pressing in, so I suspect that that's what we will deal with, but we shall see how we go. Okay, that's it. So we're just going to use our sponge. Wipe those fingers off a bit, I think. And what you clear it with is really, really important. Debrazole is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So
there's a bit of a hole there still.
Oh, there's a complete hole in the
Yeah.
top. You saw me actually fill the cavity just then.
Yes, yeah.
I'm swishing
It's
in and
going
around
right
there
in.
and bringing these
Do you
extra
need more?
bits. No, it should be right.
Okay.
Usually 2 swishes is fine. There we go. And I'm literally just flushing that out. So it's running everywhere. Can I just grab another, please? Thank you. So get that off the coat. All the bits as well. That's it. It's really nice and cold on her, which is great. You can actually see the little entry point
Yes,
that
yeah.
we've lanced. That's got to heal from the inside out.
Yeah.
And that is really clean and neat looking. There's just a bit of, see that hair that's there? The shaver, because it's really low on power. I'm just going to clip that all the way back here, because I don't want that where it can sort of clog that little hole. That's it. That's all we do. That is it. Can I just have one more, please? Good girl. Good girl. Oh, thank you. Now, still a little bit there. Getting that out. Wind today.
So these subcutaneous cysts, are they in between the sort of the top layer of skin and the lower
And
levels?
above the muscle.
Right.
Yes.
So there's you haven't actually cut into.
No, not at all.
It's yeah.
You
It's just the
cut
top
through
top
the
layer
very
of
top
skin.
layer of the skin.
That's why there's so little
And
blood.
there's very little blood. Like the blood that you do see is from cutting through just that top layer.
Yes,
and that's
yeah.
the layer you have to make numb
Yes.
because it's still a bit wet with it down there. Let's get that Deborah's off down there. Yeah, that's why there's so little. You can see there's quite a nice little hole, if you like, but that will dry out from
Yep.
the inside and heal from the inside out.
Right.
Now, what may happen because of its location and the depth of it is that we end up doing that twice,
Okay.
because I can see a little remnant there, but it's very rare that we have to do that.
And how long will that take for that little hole to close up?
Within
A few days.
week?
Yeah.
Yeah, fully. Oh, you'll probably see a scab. It'll be pretty much closed by the time we're finished
Yep. Yep.
here. But in terms of the healing, it's going to be a good 10 days
Okay.
till a scab forms, and the scab needs to stay on there
Yep.
and just fall off naturally. I can see a little bit of this is this tissue here. I've just pulled out with a bit more of the pussy stuff. That's it. There. Good. Let's give it one more flush and we're done. Turn that on an angle for me. Great, thank you. Okay. One more. That's it. Grab another flush. We go through lots of
Yes.
tissues and things doing this. And that's it. Now what I'm going to do is put an antibiotic spray on that area, and then it needs to heal as is.
Now, will she need to be separated from her
No,
mates?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Only if you see them start nibbling or trying to attack it, which is
Yes.
very unlike guinea pigs. The best thing is for her to just continue on being normal. There we go. And let's just get that. Let you hold her here while I
Yep.
get a spray. Pop her back down. That's it. We're just going to do this. Okay, you see the little bubbling in it. It always bubbles. But we're going to leave it like that. Now it's really important that when you treat an abscess like that, you don't have the animal anywhere where flies can go.
Right.
So she's an indoor girl. She'll stay inside. And yeah, just check in with me in a couple of days. That's
Yep.
all we're going to do.
Excellent.
Okay?
That's
Alright.
marvellous.
That is it. Little girl, go and have some grass.
Poor little
So,
bow.
yeah, that's good. Really good.
That'll be a great relief to
Don't
us.
put your hands on the blue.
No, no. Thank you very much. Let's go get in your sun.
If we look at what's actually come out, you can see is really solid. Dead tissue, very, very dry in this one. So again, sorted very easily. Thanks everyone. Please make sure you like and subscribe.